So, the Mondraker Dune Carbon. It was launched in 2015, just towards the middle of the year at Leogang. I was lucky enough to go on a first ride of it there. I've got to say, I was really keen. So luckily I spoke to the guys at Mondraker and they arranged to send one of the bikes to me. The bike is an evolution of their alloy dune chassis, except obviously it's made out of carbon fibre. That means they've been able to drop quite a huge amount of weight from it, and they've actually built on what they've done with the Carbon Foxy and the Carbon Summum downhill bike, and they've integrated a lot of those technologies. So really it takes all of the best bits of what they know about carbon fibre and packs it into this one bike. It's mostly pitched at the enduro market. So on the top end XR model, which is the one that I've ridden, you've got 170mm Fox 36 up front, and out back you've got 160mm of travel via the multi-link Zero system. Essentially it's a virtual pivot style design, two short little links and then a unified rear triangle. And that actually drives a Fox Float X2 rear shock. If you've not heard of the Fox Float X2, it's their latest and greatest twin tube damper. You get both high speed and low speed compression and rebound adjustment. So it's a hugely adjustable shock. You may know that Aaron Gwyn has been winning downhill races on it. So basically it's perfectly suited to like enduro use and going even harder than that. It's a superb bit of kit. We should probably get one big thing out of the way first. This is not a cheap bike. In British pounds, the top end XR model, hold your breath, £6,599. It's obviously a similarly large amount in euros. For that money you do get a pretty much top spec. You've got a set of Mavic Crossmax wheels, and those are also fitted with Mavic tyres. Up front you've got one with fairly decent tread. Out back essentially it's a semi-slick. That does mean that if it's wet you need to be awake to catch it before it spins out on you. But apart from that, it rolls really, really fast, and if you're committed in the corners, those tyres hook up really nicely. To be honest, if you aren't just going to use it for races, we'd suggest putting a matching charge tyre on the back as well as the one that's fitted on the front. The Quest XL is a good fast racing tyre, but like we say, you need to be awake when it starts to slip on you. While the XR model gets all the bells and whistles, you get loads of adjustable damping and stuff. To be honest, for the real world use, you're probably best off looking at the base model. RockShox Pike, RockShox Monarch at the back, gets an XT11 speed drivetrain, and you get a fair slab off the price. Like I said, it's still not cheap. You're talking at £4,599. But again, if you've got a big credit card limit, or you're willing to put it on finance or sell your firstborn, any of those things, it's a cracking bike for that sort of money. We're talking high-end bikes here, they aren't cheap. So let's assume for a moment that you're either a member of the mountain bike press or that you're a hedge fund banker and you do have the thin end of £7,000 to put down on a bicycle. Well, in that case, the Mondraker Dune is absolutely superb. Obviously it uses Mondraker's forward geometry, so it's a nice long cockpit. It's super stable at speed. Rear suspension, the basic setup of the rear suspension is really good. Add in the Fox Float X2 and it is another level. The Fox 36 is probably one of our favourite enduro forks in its RC2 format. To be honest, the back end of the bike is so good with that shock that it makes the front end feel like it's a little bit rubbish. The only reason that is because you're going to be carrying a hell of a lot more speed than you would be on anything else. It is blindingly good. I mean, you can just like ride down rock fields, batter through like hideous terrain. It's fine, it just keeps coming back for more. Another nice touch with the frame is that it's got adjustable geometry. Up front you can get offset headset cups, so you can either steepen it up if you're insane, or more usefully you can slacken it out. It's a huge chunk of money, but you do get all the headset cups included when you buy the bike, and if you buy the frame only option you get them there too. Out the back you can adjust this chainstay length. I think that goes from either 430 to 440mm. Again, if you want to stick it out for a bit more sort of high-speed stability, that's fine. We left it in the tightest setting. It kind of complements the long front really well. You can sort of whip it around corners. It keeps the bike nice and lively despite it being such a long machine. So we decided that to properly push this bike to its limits, we'd have to escape the UK and head over to the Alps. We actually headed over to Verbier in the Swiss Alps, and we set on a route that maybe not many people have done. We decided to go up and over the mountains and down into Italy. That took us about 1,000 metres of climbing, and happily, because we started off higher rather than lower, not being silly, we did about 2,500 metres of descending. So there's a huge variety of terrain in that. Obviously when you're up at the top, it's sort of big, exposed big mountains, sort of like nice sort of powdery, sort of silty dirt. You can sort of carve through that. That's interspersed with mental rock fields, which sort of batter through those just fine. And then as you start descending down, you get into the trees, and it's sort of classic Alpine single track, nice tight switchbacks, super high speed stuff. So again, it had everything. As you've probably guessed, I was quite enthused by the bike. I'm a big fan of Mondraker's forward geometry anyway, but this sort of wraps it up as a complete package. It really is a do-anything bike. Okay, not cross-country racing, but that's silly for a 160mm bike. But if, for a bike that I had to ride every day, and I was much richer than I am now, this would be the one.